Conquered another game. A long day. A job well done. And the final work call. Where your place. Come as you are. And fit in comfortably. Mr. Mike's. Eat locally, enjoy casually.
Stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance,
Pushing limits.
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
it's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable.
And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms? Light as a feather.
It's a gold line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a gold line.
And is the choice of champions.
It has happened where people just haven't noticed when they've run out of time. I'm like, sounds good. Oh, overcooked it a bit. Jeez.
Clean! Keep going, keep going! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going!
Minus 1,000 flash will win apres curl.
Oh, they're really sweeping this, boys.
They're
really sweeping this. Oh boy, you can't give up a steal here.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, nice shot from Kate.
Here we go, it's happening.
Yeah, draw for the win for Ryland Kleider. Needs a piece of the forefoot. He's been really good all game. Trevor Johnson on this one here.
Can't hear yet for line ever.
No, they
Line's
like
good.
line. Now doesn't have the speed. They like the line, doesn't have the speed. They're going hard for line. You have to get by this top yellow. Trevor Johnson leaning on it. He's by it. Now does it stop in time? Has to stop in time. What a shot from Ryland Kleider. We thought it was maybe the hardest option up from the booth, but that's why we're not down there.
A long day. A job well done. And the final work call. Where your place. Come as you are. And fit in comfortably. Mr. Mike's. Eat locally, enjoy casually.
Stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
and when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance,
Pushing limits.
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
it's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
Yoshimura, 8th in. From the tie to Isabella Verano.
Welcome back to the Mary Brown Center in St. John's, Newfoundland, Canada for the Coyote National, the third leg of the Grand Slam Curling Tour. We are ready for another exciting matchup. Our feature this afternoon will be Team Yoshimura taking on Team Laws. We'll take a look at the lineups here shortly for these squads.
They're going to.
For Team Laws, that's Skip, Caitlin Laws. Third, Selena Negavan. Second, Jocelyn Peterman. Lead, Kristen Gordon. And on the other side, for Team Yoshimura, Skip, Sayaka Yoshimura. Third, Yuna Kotani. Second, Anna Omiya. Lead, Kaho Onodera.
Good work.
Tyler George here, joined by Carrie Anderson. Carrie, not your first time in the booth. We're happy to have you back. And not real familiar with this Yoshimura team. They've been right on the edge of that slam qualification ranking, but played a lot this year. 11 events, counting this one now. Actually 12. This will be their 12th event. Had a couple of good finishes, but not a team that we've seen a lot for our feature matchups as of yet.
Yeah, and thanks for having me again. You had me back. I must have done okay the first time. But yeah, it's going to be a really good game. I played Yoshimura quite a few times, and they're a great young team. And and I think Team Laws is, I think it'll be like a great game. And Connor Negevin used to coach them, so I think Selena's got a couple of tricks up her sleeve there to try and get them to make some pressure shots.
Well, they downgraded at coach to Nicholas Sedin from there. So tough move there for Team Yoshimura. And on the other side, for Team Laws, obviously a topsy-turvy season for them with some lineup shuffling, with Caitlin now giving birth a few weeks ago. We're happy for Caitlin, but we saw them in the first game this week and struggled a little bit with draw weights, and we've seen that a little bit consistently on the end sheet too, over on sheet A. That teams really have been trouble finding weight. Now we're on sheet D. Have you played that sheet or know anything about that as yet?
I haven't been on sheet D yet, but yeah, draw weight's been challenging across the board for a lot of teams. It's a little patchier than usual, but I know this morning I had a really good handle on my draw weight this morning on sheet A, so yeah, I heard sheet D is a little more challenging, but we'll see how it goes today.
You're hearing the Newfie music piping in. That means we're getting close to game time already now. And Carrie, you're very familiar with Team Laws as well, for obvious reasons. And how difficult is it, as your team has done this quite a bit, obviously, the last couple of years too, with lineup shuffling and players going in and out of positions, things like that. You know, how difficult is it to adjust game to game with players filling different roles and not being in a more consistent mindset with this is my position. I'm there every game. And then for you, obviously as the skip, making those adjustments too.
Yeah, definitely familiar with this team. I used to play with all of them. But they're a great team, and yeah, juggling. Well, they got Caitlin back in the lineup now, and always juggling teammates is challenging. I know that pretty well, but you definitely just got to embrace it. And Selena did well skipping, and now she's back to playing third, and Caitlin's back in the lineup, so it'll be a good game.
And Carrie, the ice this week, too, you mentioned that teams are having some trouble with draw weight. We had Chelsea Carey up here in the booth. She was talking about how the times didn't feel right. Like if you had a 14-second hog-to-hog for a draw, it didn't feel like 14. It still felt slower because you really needed to stick the release. That's not something unusual for slam ice, that you really need to get it out of your hand, but you feel like it's more exaggerated than it normally is.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. If you don't get them running, they kind of just get gobbled up. There's a few that kind of looked silly last night where I threw it and it got gobbled up, and then my next one, I hit a good path and all of a sudden it was back line, and I was like, I didn't think I threw that much more. So it kind of makes you look a little silly out there, but yeah, definitely pathy, and you just got to pick up on those paths.
And that also tends to be a hallmark of slam ice with how weight sensitive it is. The difference between the curl and backline weight and hack to board weight is significant. And as you said, it can make the best in the world look silly in a hurry because of the difference in the curl.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I made a chaser last night for the win, and I got to nose and it was overburied and made it for two. I was like, oh my. And then it's just, yeah, it's curling one side or either straight to the other. And yeah, they're trying to figure it out, but this is a pretty big building filled with lots and lots of fans, which we absolutely love. I'll take that any day.
Yeah, we've heard that from basically every player we've had up here doing guest commentary as well, that if you're out there at the same time as one particular team, Team Gushu, that it can be a little noisy and a little distracting, but the trade-off being you get to be involved in an amazing atmosphere. And you know, the fans out here in Newfoundland have been amazing. When we played out here years back, it was the same thing. But with this size arena, this is probably 4 or 5 times the number of seats that we had in the previous slam when we were out here. So the people have been filling it up, you know, even when Gushu isn't playing. You know, another great crowd here tonight with a few thousand people. But again, that's the trade-off you have, that you get that atmosphere. You have to deal with the noise, but they're knowledgeable curling fans too. So they're not just screaming and yelling on a constant basis for Team Gushu shots or if a rock is in the house or not. Yeah. But so fun to be involved in that and just look around and take in the moment, right?
Oh, so much fun. I would love to come here for Scotties. There's always such amazing crowds, and definitely a lot of Gushu fans. We were on that draw last night with them, and it was loud, and but we loved it. I would take that in a heartbeat, and really enjoy hearing all the cheers in the crowd, and instead of the silence like it was in the bubble.
Yeah, let's not go back to that. We'll take anything over that, especially with the noise we have out here.
Yeah.
And close to getting ready to get underway. Kristen Gordon getting things going for Team Laws. Yoshimura will have hammer in the first end. 33 minutes of thinking time for each team. Your clock starts as you cross the back line, or stops, I should say. It's stops when the rock comes to a stop. 5 rock free guard zone rule. No tick zone also in play. Team Laws at 1-1 for the event. 0-2 for Yoshimura, looking to get their first win. Good start right to the top of the 8-foot. Lead Anna Omiya playing the hit, trying to roll to the wing.
This is really moving.
And that's one of those in-between tracks, too. We feel like a broken record up here in the booth. We've been doing it for 3 slams this season. but maybe more so here than we've seen in the previous ones too, where you get on those middle of 8-foot to edge of button tracks with especially hit weight. Early in games, you see these rocks really cutting and weight coming off of them as well, and that's exactly what we saw there.
I think in that spot, especially in the first end, you probably just want to leave with normal, making sure that you're really throwing it to, because if you underthrow it, they just kind of get gobbled up in the middle. So making sure that your weight is up to start until you beat a path a few times.
It's another one I'm going to steal. Shots and rocks getting gobbled up. Been using Sell the Farm quite a few times.
I heard.
We gave you credit.
You stole it.
We gave you credit.
I heard that.
Or I gave you credit. That Chelsea Carey actually used the same term without being prompted at all up here. So I wanted to ask if she had permission from you to use that
she
one.
did not.
So 2 in early here for Laws. Same type of track here again, starting right about edge of the 4-foot. No mistake this time from Omiya, and rolls over to the wing in front of the Yellowstone. So well executed.
See what it does to the wing here. A little fresher path.
They're playing the inside out turn too, so it won't be on quite as long. Second, Jocelyn Peterman.
Clean.
Really gotta curl. Hard, clean, you gotta dig.
Oh. That one goes by, picks their own out. Shooter rolls out as well. So I heard Caitlin saying 9-8. Think they were looking for closer to control, so maybe a little bit up.
A little up, and yeah, it didn't really move there, but you watch the break, like even when Kristen threw her first one, it really came off a hill there, so I'm thinking maybe it's just a little ridgy.
Yeah, it would not be unusual at all on the end sheet, too, for it to be straighter going away from the wall and curling more into it. So we'll keep an eye on that as we go. This one needs to hit a barn to stay on the paint. And it will. Just good enough.
You got it. Speak it. Okay, you got it.
Carrie, we hear a lot with Team Laws that there's positive reinforcement in the hack repeatedly up to the shot. It varies from player to player, but as a shooter, as a skip, when you're getting in the hack to throw, do you still like hearing that up until when you're throwing, or do you like having that done with by the time you're set and ready to throw?
I'm good with any positive reinforcement before I throw. Even when I'm just cleaning my rock, the girls are like, "Hey, Carrie, you got it." Or if I am just settled in and I'm like my eyes are on the rock and ready to throw and on the broom, and yeah, they. It's always nice to hear that before you throw.
Good hit and stick, rolls over to the wing. See if Yoshimura can maintain a cheap 2 here. 2 rocks spread out, no danger whatsoever. Selena Negavan. Again, playing that inside-out out turn. Love to roll this over in the vicinity of the other counter.
Yeah, it looks pretty close.
Right over. Hard. Hard. Keep going.
Good sweep.
Yeah, good result there. They get it to the other side of the center line, and at least trying to set up a double at some point during the end. And Carrie, that's really the goal here for Team Laws, is just try to manage the stones to a point where you get a chance at making the double to get out of the end.
Yeah, group those rocks as close as possible to leave yourself a double and try and get away with this end with a blank.
This one hanging here needs to get up. So they will get their chance at the double now, as that just hits on the nose. Quite a bit of broom still for this shot, so not overthrowing this. This is curling early.
Yeah, it looked like she slid a little full and kind of steered it just a little bit.
Yeah, they were just playing for the roll the whole way out, so Carrie, a little surprised they didn't have a go at the double there?
Yeah, I would have given it a go, like even just with like a normal weight, and if, yeah, I was surprised they were just playing the roll.
Yeah, you definitely still would have stuck around in the house if you make the double too, so it wasn't like you're giving it one go, and if you miss it, then they're splitting the house again.
Yeah.
Able to roll this one, and not quite out to the wing, but directly in front of the red, so feel pretty confident they're going to try the double this time.
Yes. I think they're going to go at it now with firm weight and right on the nose should get the double.
Team Laws, number 10, ranked in the world, number 10 year-to-date as well, 6 events this season. Hit the semis at the Tour Challenge Slam. Did not qualify in the Canadian Open. And 4 semifinal finishes besides that for the season. So not been able to crack through to a final as of yet, but plenty of cashes at the least for Team Laws.
It's curling.
That's going to roll all the way off, so a good chance now for Yoshimura to split the house and play for their 2. It's kind of an awkward spot, Carrie, in the back of the house to split the rings and try to get them even up, because if you're half a foot deep, you're through.
Yeah.
So are you tempted at all to throw this like top ring and try to keep it so it's too thin to play the cross house double, but give yourself some more house to work with?
Yeah, I like that, or at least getting it way out into the 12-foot, even if you are splitting the center line. At least they're quite a big gap between them, and make Caitlin make that cross the house double rather than, even though you want to put it even, but you don't have much to work with if you're back there in the 12-foot.
2 scariest draws in curling are the high guard and the back 12 draw.
Right?
So right on the edge of disaster.
They're tough. You think it's easy, but especially those just over the hog line. Like, well, if I hog it, I look silly. But if I'm too tight, then we leave a double peel.
So they're throwing it to top 12 here. Any double attempt that
I think
Laws would take on, they'd never play thin. It'd have to be a slash.
I don't even know if the slash is very, very thin too. And then you can't, you're flashing, could flash it, so.
Yeah, and again, the weight sensitivity too. I mean, peel is still not going to move on this ice.
I like it.
Yeah. And sometimes with these shots, like, you want to hit the rock, right? So you're a little more careful when you throw it instead of just throwing it to make it. Because, well, if you flash, that's no good.
Yeah, generally bad. I agree. Yeah, we've seen a few of them this week, and the players never seemed very happy after it happened. Laws is going to have a go at the slash. He's to be maybe a third, if that.
Yeah, I think it's about a third.
They're always thinner than you think on these shots, too.
Yep.
But big shot early, trying to avoid multiple point end for Caitlin Laws. The two-time Olympic gold medalist, once in mixed doubles, once in women's. Sweepers going hard to hold the line.
Hard, hard, hard. You might still have it.
Just a hair too thick. Looked like hit about half a stone.
Sweet.
And I would say 90% of the time on that shot, Carrie, the miss is narrow.
Absolutely.
You just know you can't be wide, and in your mind, you're always making sure a contact first and throwing it to the sweepers, hoping they can back it up a little bit.
Exactly. That's the right way to play it, and the smart way. I know you want to make the shot, but, like, yeah. Like I said, don't want to give up three.
Right. So Yoshimura electing to play the same track that she just played. Nothing different for her final stone of the first end. Need to touch the paint for two. Sweepers just cleaning this one in. And no problem there, right to the tee line. So an opening end two for Team Yoshimura. They lead 2-0 after one.
All right, let's get her two back. Nice.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable.
And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms? Light as a feather.
It's a gold line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a gold line.
And is the choice of champions.
Opening end two for Team Yoshimura without a lot of rocks in play. They lead 2-0 over Team Laws. Carrie, that's kind of great, you know, how you draw it up for your first end to play where you don't have any threat of a steal whatsoever. Just get to play some open hits and a few open draws when your opponent's hitting. So get some draw weight, get a two, never have any threat.
Yeah, it's always nice to have an open end, and then all of a sudden you get one mistake and you get a deuce out of it. And it's always nice to start off with a deuce as well in the game. Gives you momentum going forward.
To the top of the forefoot again. This time Laws will go to the corner. Kristen Gordon playing the out turn. This is the side carrier we expect to see a little more curl too, as we thought that it'd be a little bit straighter going away from the wall. So throwing the corner to that side, get some more finish ideally.
Yeah, you can definitely see it just coming over. As soon as it hits the center line, it just kind of walks. So
17.
That's what we've noticed on other sheets too. They come off of the center line pretty hard.
Where's been the ideal depth for a corner if you're only throwing one on a certain side so far?
You want to be at least like 4 feet out, just because there's so much curl to the wings that you could easily chase one. And yeah, so we've been trying to put them about 4 or 5 feet out. Is ideal.
Ana Omiya, many years with Satsuki Fujisawa as well. So no different for Japanese teams than we see over here in North America. Teams mixing and matching, swapping places.
I actually didn't know that she played with Fuji.
I thought she did. Oh, I hope I'm right now. It's entirely possible I'm wrong.
Like, I'm pretty sure Fuji's had the same team that I've always curled against for quite some years.
Yeah, I could definitely be wrong, so let's just assume you're right. crossing off
We'll have to
stuff.
look this
Let me cross this off in my book. No, I don't think we're going to look it up. I think we're just going to see it wrong. So,
Yeah.
good pair to start things off for Omia.
Well, maybe a plan B here, trying to come around. She was a little heavy.
Good call, Caitlin. 13-9.
Good call from Caitlin to get that around. If it clicks off, it's an easy call for Yoshimura to hit. But
For the draw.
Onodera, good chance to come around and sit too early in this second end and continue to dictate the action carry, which obviously ideal to keep your opponent chasing.
Yeah, controlling that front and not leaving any freezes. I think if they can line this one up really good with the one, the top forward, always goes back on that yellow. So then Caitlin might be in some trouble and have to bail. This one's a little light though.
15-7.
Caitlin immediately going up to double peel those, but this is something that we've seen far more frequently as the level of play has increased over the last decade, where teams are playing these firm weight peels to try to keep the shooter around too. It makes you a little more precise with where you have to hit the stone, but if they play the double peel and it rolls off, so many times we see the opponent immediately peeling the other corner, and the end is kind of over for them. And that one on the wide side and spills the red into the rings behind the corner guard.
Yeah, definitely playing like a lesser weight to keep your stones around is when you have hammer is definitely what we play, and just instead of just whipping it down there, and you tend to roll out more so than anything. So just being able to control it with your down weight and being able to do something with it then.
Out-turn guard attempt here, trying to protect number one count.
This one's way out there, though. Working it.
Otani and Omia trying to carry it over and take away the hit and roll towards the corner guard, but still a piece showing.
Really have a good angle. Is yellow second wrong?
Does appear that yellow's second right now. We don't speak in definites too often up here.
Yeah.
We're going to go with that for the time being, though. Peterman playing the intern hit and roll. And this is crossing center, though. And they roll it onto the paint. Both go on. That'd be a great split if you were playing.
Yeah. I think maybe she was a little quiet there, and then just a fresh path. I think she needed to probably leave with like a solid hack. Definitely if you're in those fresher paths, they'll just take all the weight off. I know I was watching a couple of the games, and they'd hit a rock and it wouldn't even pump it through the house. So.
Right.
No, we're second in the back. No, we're second and then fourth.
Yuna Kotani trying to replace the guard and make Team Laws waste a few more stones. The Czar's in the building. Everybody behave. Nick Sulsky popping in the booth momentarily here. Improve morale for everyone, as always. The same thing there, though, Carrie. That one buries a little more of the stone, but they can still have a go at this with hack weight and try to roll the wing.
Yeah. It's overburied, so we'll see. I had one overburied yesterday, and I made it, so we'll see if Selena can chase it here and roll to the corner.
You heard it here. It can be done. At least for Carrie.
I had to make one that game. Holy heck. I was having a rough goal. I made a few, but then I missed a few too, and I was like, Carrie, be better.
And we'll roll all the way to the outside 12, but sit for third. So the red getting a little more lonely. So I always thought those were the easy ones too. Dig them out with hack weight. Give me that one all day. Fine. Love that shot.
Toughest shot in the game.
Probably bored. I guess I didn't pull and then roll out. I used it all though.
Really important to stick around here now for Yoshimura. So that red rock is accessible under the corner guard. They could pick that through the hole. So Katani throwing board weight. Well managed there, no problem at all.
Yeah, if Caitlin could chase that one and roll there, that's a pretty good shot. Might bring those other ones into play at some point.
Do you think it'll curl? I think so. They really just have to hit a piece. Yeah, I like it. Okay. So I got same weight?
Gonna have a go at digging out number 2 count and try to roll towards the middle. Still hoping they can make those other 2 yellows count. Negavan. Hack weight. Very emphatically saying this needs to curl still. Instead, it's going to be the little tick redirect and sit shot rock. And it did move the red into 3rd.
Yeah, that's a pretty good shot. Caitlin was trying to go for plan B there since it wasn't curling up.
So yellow actually 1st and 3rd now. Just moved that far enough. So maybe brought at least one of the other yellows into play again. But big draw here for Yoshimura. Breeze probably eliminates that possibility for Laws.
Yeah, it's definitely shrinking the scoring zone. Also playing that shot.
Not sure we've seen a draw played out this wide as of yet, too, Carrie. So it'd be interesting to see what the speed is like on this track.
Yeah, they were taking this turn for the guards. But, yeah, it'll be interesting. She's a little wider out. She can get to the nose of this stone. That's pretty good.
Sweepers think the weight's there right now.
It's got to curl a little bit.
Finishing hard now. Great shot right on the nose. Perfectly done.
Yeah, what kind of weight are you seeing?
I'm seeing like back line.
Yeah, I like that.
I think we play that same turn this way.
Yeah, I like that.
Just so we've seen the last few there. Yeah, I like back line.
Okay. Yeah, you got it.
So you heard the call there, Carrie. Back line weight, trying to unlock the yellow stone, so maybe it could be cleared on their final. You like the weight choice?
Yeah, I like that. So then you don't roll off too far, and you can manipulate it a little bit more and have something to work with instead of throwing like a hack to bump. Just might not be able to bring that yellow into play just because it'll kind of leave it staggered, I think. But as long as she gets to nose here, I think that's pretty good. Definitely lock in her 1 point for sure.
A difficult angle to unlock the red. The yellow probably is just bouncing off of the other red and staying behind it, but it's really more important to have the line right than anything else here. Plenty of weight. Line is very tight though.
Looks close.
Very nice.
As
Good
you
shot.
said, probably still catches on that back yellow, but good result. Very good chance you're scoring now with where that's at.
Yeah, because I don't think Yoshimura can bump that out and sit there without leaving some kind of a double or a shot for two. So I think if she can get to nose and just, it's a tough deuce for Caitlin.
これはなんかこれもありそうな気がするけど、今のウェイトでスイープでいったら。2点アップだからね。相手1点に抑えられればいいから。切れたらいいけどね。切れないとこっちにルームができちゃうからね。オッケー。1点オッケー。相手もここに2点したらもう。こっからこっちからどうでいい？いいよ。でもこっちの方が手前になってもオッケー。そっち多分深いから無理だわ。ここ狙うつもりだよね。ここになってもガードになるよ。こっちだったらガードにならないで2点をつけてる。でもあれがあるからちょっと難しいここに置くのが。タップじゃないと難しい。オッケー。でもここね。
Yeah, I think they're just going for the freeze now.
Playing for the force. They just played this out-turn track, so they're going to play the same one again.
センターにフリーズって感じだね。今よりちょっと落とす感じか。オッケー。よし。
Final stone of the second end for Team Yoshimura. Going to make this freeze and force Team Laws into a single point. So on a little tighter track than previously. That very well managed again. Nice shot.
Great shot, yeah. She might be able to get two, maybe.
Is there enough of the button
Yeah.
to wiggle one in there, or do they have to look at a possible in-off to get there?
Yeah, I
That's
don't think
close.
there is. I think only with the intern you
Yeah.
could probably get a piece, but
Yeah, I don't think that there's room with where the corner guard is to make it
No.
on the intern side anyways, so.
playing any type of in-off is a little dicey.
Well, prove us wrong, Caitlin. Let's see it.
Yeah.
I just don't see enough of the button. I think that maybe the back red has even a little more of the button than the top one, but
Yeah.
you have to get more than what those are touching, and don't see that.
At least if she can get even a good feel here for her draw weight, since she hasn't thrown one yet. And
Sure. Caitlin Laws, final stone, second end. Already sitting one. Probably put that point on the board right now. We'll see if Kate can get her draw weight as well, and who knows, maybe sneak one in for a piece of the button. Just gonna tick off of their own, and boy,
Great
that's
effort.
a great try. Don't think that's enough, but gonna move the single point out. Take a look to make sure.
My eyes are a little off because today I thought we were shot and we measured and we weren't shot.
All right, so
I tried the Nicholas Zadine spinner for, I thought, two. But we didn't even get one. I was like, well, shit.
So it is a single for Laws. Yoshimura gets the force. They lead 2-1 after 2 ends.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance,
pushing limits,
seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
Lead's good. Little light.
4 great draws finishing off that second end. Unfortunately for Caitlin Laws, really nowhere to draw to score. So Yoshimura gets the force. Laws scores 1, 2-1. Third end to play here at the Coyote National. The Mary Brown Center, St. John's, Newfoundland, Canada. Tyler George here with Carrie Anderson. Carrie, as you said, important to note, Caitlin may not have had a shot to score there, but she threw a really good draw right to the tee line. So she got something out of it regardless, saying, okay, I have my draw weights. We read the ice well. So you take some positivity out of that last shot, even though it didn't score.
Absolutely. It's nice to get a good feel for draw weight instead of just throwing it away. So going forward, she knows what that feels like in that kick.
I don't know if the call initially was to go back 8 or if it was a plan B, but I always like the sneaky back 8 draw. Act like it was an accident.
Donnie B3.
That's the Donnie B3. Not the first to say that in the booth this week either. Learned that one myself from Al Hackner.
Yeah.
Way back in the day.
Oh, good old Al.
But always pretend that you were trying to throw it to top 4.
Yeah.
Tell the shooter and then act frustrated when it goes deep.
And sneaky.
Right to the back if you can. Over top 4. Who's in line? Top 8. Top 8. Okay, finish.
We'll finish up that draw just enough to get shot rock, biting top 4. We've seen Yoshimura's squad make a bunch of these shots already. They've had great control of their draw weight.
Yeah, they always do. Whenever we play them, we make sure to keep them above that tee line because they make those freezes and they're really good at those angles and precise shots. So making sure that you don't leave them those freezes when they're back 8, back 4. We played them earlier this year, and yeah, they played really, really well against us. We played really, really well too, but the game could have went either way.
So what we're saying is that back 8 draw was probably on purpose.
Probably. It's a setup shot for them.
Yeah, and you look at the angles right now, it's a good setup for Team Yoshimura starting this end off.
Yeah, if Jocelyn could get to this back one and freeze it, that's a really, really good shot.
I was doing 14-14-2. Yeah.
A really important shot early in this end, Carrie, for who's going to dictate the action. If this is made, it's going to be difficult to make either of those 2 reds count for Yoshimura.
Yeah, I think if she makes this come around here, you're going to see Yoshimura run that yellow back into the other yellow and try and open things up. Middle's getting a little congested.
This gets the backside of tee, but good result there from Peterman. As you said, Carrie, here's that run immediately.
Yeah, if she makes this, I think you could see 2 reds sticking around in the house. So.
To get up just a little bit.
Oh, that's a great shot.
Really
and left
good.
a corner.
That's ideal situation. Shooter stays for a corner guard. Getting multiple shots accomplished at once. That's good stuff there from Team Yoshimura. Second, Kaho Onodera.
Are we going tight? She's going to run it in. Okay.
They're going to throw a guard for one. One guard.
Guarding, can't really guard the yellow, as the red short run-in is the shot you're afraid of with the backing setup.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to like guard both shots here, so.
Still a decent piece of that red rock showing. We'll see if it's a run-in again, and that's what they're lining up. Could be sitting 2 with 2 corners if this is made perfectly.
16-1. Good throw.
Even if they straight peel here, that's a good shot as well.
Yeah, the error is on the wide side here. Don't want to stick it straight in.
Absolutely. You don't want to really go after it if you don't necessarily need to.
Yeah. I know, I thought we overdid it. I was like, oh no.
It's definitely on the wide side, so no problem there. Still with 4 shots to play in this end. And you're really making Team Laws be precise with these guards, too, as if it comes to it, they can come around with a soft in-turn and tap the yellow, too. They'd love to be able to play their own red in, but they have to be very precise.
I think if they have a piece of the red, I think they can go at that. And if you ever tick the guard, it's fine. But throwing guards on this ice is tough, too.
Right.
Like, it's really hard with rock placement and making sure you're getting the right distance.
Draper's just cleaning this one in from Negavan. Guards the red perfectly. Good shot. Still taking on the run. Hard to stick this one in and hurt yourself now because it's almost assuredly clearing the yellow if you're leaving the shooter.
Absolutely. It'll get rid of 1 yellow, that's for sure.
Doesn't stick it, but does clear the counter, so Yoshimura now sitting 1. Decent result, but Laws will have a chance to play this in-turn draw. And they're playing it right to the back one carry, not taking any chances with throwing it higher and leaving a run double. They want to make sure they're taking 2 out of the picture.
Absolutely. You want to be back 4 or back 8 to it and really locking it on so it doesn't come into play.
Troopers like the weight. There's a little ways to curl, but we've seen these walk down on this line.
Hard! Get it in there! Curl, 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 curl! Hard!
To the button, not bad.
I'd like to see her play the run here.
Yeah, it's basically what they just played, and it's a nose run.
There you go.
Carrie's got her.
Again.
Yep, Carrie's got her 2-way communicator going. Second time that's happened now. I would listen to a 4-time Scotties champion too.
I think anytime you can play 2 shots of this. Ooh, she had a little wonky slide.
There's an adventure on the way out.
Yeah. Like the same shot twice is always the best.
Yeah, maybe just a little wobble affected the delivery that time.
Yeah, her back leg really fishtailed there.
So going away from the guard now, look like they're trying to come right into their own.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I like it.
But now they're talking guard again. All right. We saw Laws tapping right in front of the #1 counter momentarily. I think Kate's taking her mic off again.
Straight guard the shot rock. If
she took her mic off.
Decides to chase the top one, that's fine, because then we can wrap around and sit too buried.
Yep, now we're good.
This is like an inch more, but we've been in this path before.
Good. We like hearing you, Kate.
Like right on the maple
Did she took it off the other day?
Well, the first game, yeah, I'm not sure what there was some issue with it.
Oh, okay.
You know, if the mic's bothering you, yeah, take it off.
Yeah,
We don't want to affect the
absolutely.
game by any means.
I just thought, like, oh, Jocelina's wearing one today, and then I didn't realize she took it off.
So Laws playing the intern guard.
Good.
Like to get this relatively tight.
Okay.
Well then.
This one has plenty of weight, though.
No then.
Okay. Yeah, then if
This
you're
is
top
coming in
8.
the house.
Yep.
Oh, she might call her first shot here. Oh, no.
Okay, curl.
It's right in between.
Keep going.
Yeah, you want these cornered now to protect the number one, so well managed. That's about the best they could do with the weight.
Yeah, I think if she can hit this like 3/4 high and roll behind the corner, it's a great shot.
Mine was perfect.
Yeah, you're definitely
Yes.
putting some pressure on them.
Yeah, setting up for a deuce then.
14-8.
If that curled another 2 inches, it would have been a disaster
yeah.
for Laws as lines up the drag triple, but don't think it's going to drag that much. It's close.
It's close.
Those are welded on each other.
Yeah.
So yeah, you go have a go at the roll. If you get the triple, it's a bonus. If you get the double, then you're still crushing your opponent. You're looking at a possible 2 or 3.
Yeah, you definitely want to make the double. You never want to nose there, else that's disaster. Because they just cap it off, and then you're going to have to either play an angle in for 3 or some kind of a chase. So you want to make sure you have an opportunity to score here.
The double attempt from Yoshimura. Really wants to keep the shooter in as well. A little positive release. Trying to get up now, though. Let it roll over the corner, too. May have gotten a piece underneath. That's a good result regardless.
Absolutely. That's a great shot. And
Yeah,
Caitlin
that's-
can't even chase that top one, and she won't be second shot. So
Yeah. Really good shot
Tap it
there.
back, or I don't really want to give her a chase, do we? With the guard.
Hit and roll.
Yeah, hit and roll. Try.
It's hard.
Yeah.
What are you seeing?
Kind of thinking the top.
Okay.
You like that?
Yeah, we've seen the line.
Yeah.
You like us?
Try and roll to there.
Because, like, even if we roll to here only, she's still going to watch the jam.
Yeah.
Like, we have kind of areas to roll to.
Yeah, how much do we have of it?
if you're playing that, I think you really want to roll to like the of. And so then you're lining it up this way to the back one. You don't want to ever roll to just the A of the slam, because then you're just leaving her a nose for 2.
Yeah, the difficult thing for Laws here is that you have to get the perfect roll, and you're taking 3 out of the picture, but you're already down 1 and giving up a 2. You're not out of the game by any means, but a 3-point deficit is fairly significant. So it's a really precise roll to make, and even if you roll to center line, at least you're making them make the double back.
Absolutely.
But absolutely has to roll.
Do you like board better or less ice? Yeah, just their hair less. Or try and roll like I'd rather almost overroll it, just the hair. Split center if you can, or hair past.
You got to be careful cutting the broom down on this shot, though, too, because even if you roll all the way wide side, at least you're making her make a double.
Easy.
If this noses, then it's a fairly straightforward shot for 2.
Curl.
Doesn't look like that's going to be a problem, though.
Really gotta go. Really gotta go. Really gotta go. Go, 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 go. Yeah. Yep.
I think they can miss the back one and still make the double, but
yeah. Half rock makes it, a little less.
As
Yeah.
unsure as Selena sounded, she had rolled it to about as good a spot as she could.
Nice
Yeah.
10-6. No, perfect.
I think Yoshimura is worried that it's going to clip that red. But I think if you hit half a rock, you should be okay.
Yeah.
You'll just miss it.
Yeah, there's a fairly big spot you can hit this and miss the back and still stick it because the rocks are so close together.
Yeah.
So as you said, Carrie, about half a rock to a third of a rock is probably good. Somebody's got food up here. It smells amazing.
It does smell really good.
I don't know what that is.
We were just at Kubota before this. We went there and did some autographs and signing. It was so much fun and meeting everyone. Everyone is so excited. And yeah. Then we came straight here.
Keeping busy, but again, the fun of the slams that you have that much time to do those things. And you always want to spend as much time with the fans as you can.
Absolutely.
But when you're playing in a regular tournament, a lot of times that's your downtime that you need to rest. And the one game days allow you to do so much more stuff like that. So good on you guys for doing it too.
Yeah, it's fun meeting our fans and touring around the communities, and it's always fun.
So big double attempt here, 4-2 on this final stone for Team Yoshimura. Sayaka Yoshimura clips the back one just too much.
Hit it too thick.
So it is just a single for Yoshimura, but they take a 3-1 lead over Team Laws after 3 ends. Bit of a missed opportunity for Team Yoshimura on their final stone of the third end. The double for 2 just barely clips their own number 2 counter. So they take the single and lead 3-1 over Team Laws. Carrie, we were remarking here in the booth between ends that you were calling sweep before we heard it from the teams. Like, go, ladies, go.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed with her body was a little tighter than her line, so I just thought she kind of needed to jump it right out of her hand, and you could never hit that too thin without making the double. Like, well, obviously by flashing it, but yeah.
As long as it wasn't a silent takeout, it was fine. So first one, top 12 from Omiya. So corner coming up.
You got it. Keep going. As far as you can.
Our new hoodie.
Now you need to, Carrie needs to put something up on social media here momentarily. A sweatshirt that I really need to own, I think. I think I could fill that role pretty well. I don't have to throw rocks.
Too.
Sweatshirts will tell you, so it's not an inside joke.
Yeah.
Booth.
So
you can explain.
Yeah, we're working with Runback right now to come out with some new hoodies. I know I've had a whole bunch of fans asking us, do you have any hoodies? And we're coming out with some new ones. We got some new Team Anderson ones with logos, and then we have a new one on top of that with in the alternate era. And it says, are Team Anderson next player? So we're coming out with something funny since we're going through players like there's no, like it's going out of style, you know. But yeah, this is something funny that we came up with, and they will be coming out soon.
Carrie, as you're kind enough to grace us with your presence here in the booth. You get free advertising as well. Is there a website or a link somewhere
Well,
that people can go
actually,
to for
not
any
yet.
Team Anderson apparel as of yet?
Not yet, unfortunately. We're just working with the design with Runback, but it'll be going all through Runback. They'll have a link for everything. So
there you go.
As soon as that comes out, we'll be putting it all over social media. So hopefully that'll be soon.
And that one ticks the center guard, and with the no-tick zone rule, that has to go back. First 5 shots of the end. The rock is removed from the center line. The non-offending team has the option of putting the rock back and taking the shooter out of play or taking the result of the shot. And we have seen a team elect to keep the result this week as well, and that was a rule that was adjusted after the first year of having the no-tick zone rule. Sometimes the team that was not offending or not shooting liked the way that the rock set up after the rock was removed from the center line. So
yeah, Chelsea did that against us.
There you go.
Which that's
so multiple
totally
times
fine.
this week,
And it's, like if you want more guards in play, if you're down and that happens, then okay, by all means, like leave it up there and creates more havoc. So.
ちょっとごめん。確かに中目アンナちゃん取ってたけど。そうだね。
if you're here in the arena as well and you need some Grand Slam curling gear, visit the Rock Shop or therockshop.com. Get all your GSOC gear. I have to say I'm wearing some Goo shoes right now.
Yep.
These things are comfy, very stylish. I really like them. Recommend if you're looking for a pair. Limited time only.
They're fancy.
If you're a Team Gushu fan, then you're not going to want to miss these.
I lied. So our merchandise is out.
Here we go. All right. Write this down, folks. Here we go.
Curlgear.com.
There we
go.
go.
And order it now. It'll go
Pardon me,
fast.
I'll be back in 5 minutes here.
I'm going to order mine.
There you go. Free pop for Team Anderson. Well deserved. It's an open hit here.
I don't know.
Kaho Onodera.
But the draw was 13-5.
Love to roll this center behind the center guard. Oh, that's really well done. Great shot.
That's a very good shot.
And once again, Carrie, we see Yoshimura dictating the action, keeping Laws chasing, and having them play the more difficult shots throughout the game, too. So not just that they're having their opponent chase, but anytime you're having them playing runs, doubles, long rolls, freezes, things like that, and you're playing the open hits, usually the percentages are going to work out in your favor in the long run.
Absolutely. If you're trying to generate points, but you're having to play runs up the middle, it's never a good sign. You can probably see Yoshimura going up and peeling that corner. Or not. Nope. I know I would be.
Yeah, I think I would as well. And this is an aggressive call, no question. And the thought process very likely is momentum, too. But it's really easy to fall into that trap where we've been sitting 2, they just peeled, we replace, we're going to run rocks out on these guys. Instead of looking at the scoreboard and saying, well, we're up 2, they have nothing, we could just peel this out and move on to the next end and shorten the game.
Yeah.
For a 2-point lead.
Exactly. I think you got to look at the scoreboard right now. Plus, it's the 4th end. If you can go with a blank here, that's perfect. It's just sometimes when you get into that middle and trying to throw those guards, and sometimes all of a sudden, oh, there's a 2 or 3 that pop up, and it's like, crap. I should have peeled. I know I've done it numerous times. Coach Reed giving me shit all the time. Speaking of that, he just messaged.
We don't even have a swear jar here in the booth. It doesn't matter. Just say whatever, and the fines are off the table, under the table.
I haven't said no F-bombs yet.
Nope. A pretty good result there, losing the shot rock, but leaving shooter up for a guard, so Yoshimura will come around again. This is, Carrie, again, one of those ends that you may end up learning your lesson. If Laws is able to find a 2 somehow, where you could have been out of the end already. It's highly unlikely that Laws would have played a draw to the #1 counter instead of just playing the double and trying to blank as well. So, or you may steal and then they can laugh at us here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Caitlin probably would have, if they would have peeled the corner, Caitlin probably would have went for the double. But now I think she's going to play the run again. And if she sticks this and nuts it, and then now Yoshimura's got to draw one all the way around, and that's risking giving a 2 or 3 coming into play. And Selena just played this shot, so she will be very close, I'm sure.
Negaman looking to make the run double. Little pop on the release. Is he going to get up enough to make contact? And gets one out.
Yeah.
And shooter stays. How much of that is buried behind the corner? Oh, that's
really
extremely buried. So really good result there.
Yeah, it looked like Selena set that quite a bit, and it came back.
Yeah, I thought with the release and the reaction, same as you, that was not going to come back.
But see, now Yoshimura is now having to play a more precise shot rather than having it an open end. Sometimes you just want to play an open end too, to just burn. You don't want to burn any more time. Just like playing a quick end is not always a bad thing.
Yeah, they need to keep this above the other red stone, but still get second count. Ideally, bury as well. A lot of discussion about the line here too, Carrie. I think they're a little unsure about how much this will take off, as we've seen a lot of curl on the finish on this out-turn draw, and they're not throwing it on the draw to the button path.
No, this looks like tight ice from when they threw here in the first end, or no, sorry, the second end. This looks a lot tighter, and it could be a little fresher here.
Sweeping for line now too. This is curling. Weight looks close.
What do we know, Tyler? What do we know?
Now, if you could place it that well, why not? Yeah, sometimes you just feel good enough about how you're executing that you decide to go on the attack and say, we're just going to beat you. But it does leave the run double still.
Yeah, if she ever nuts this, like noses it and leaves it there, then Yoshimura's got to make even more of a precise shot to not give up a 2 or 3.
Try and nose it, but if it stays high, we can make the double. It's firm.
Only throwing firm here, heard from Laws. Does kind of cut down your margin for error on where you can hit that stone and clear both reds too. Caitlin's first here in the fourth. Down 3-1, trying to manufacture a multiple point end.
Great shot.
Yeah, rolls right in front of #1 count. No access to the #3 either, so
So close to perfect. Yeah.
this is either going to be a guard or another one in the rings.
Yeah, I would be tempted to just put a tight guard, or even go right where her room is.
Yeah.
But then even then, you could probably still make it for 2. It's tough, but
If you're touching forefoot on the opposite side of the center line behind the tee, not sure they have anything to get more than 1. If you guard, they're always going to have some kind of run to score 2 or more.
yeah, I think if she could put this one just biting back 4, it's perfect. And she just threw this path, so she should be pretty close. She just got to add probably about 4 more feet onto it.
てるかな。
Yeah, exact same line, but they're taking considerably more broom.
Oh, yes, they are. I just noticed that. I had to look over.
Yeah, that's a foot at least more. See where this ends up, but they're going to need this to cross quite a bit to get to the other side of center line. Sweeping to curl already.
Pretty close.
That finishing now. That line looks fine. Oh, that's really good.
Great shot. It's crazy that they took that much more ice and it got to the same spot as the other one.
Yeah, maybe it's banked a little bit on that side.
Must be.
So really don't see anything for Laws for more than one. She's probably got to take her medicine and take a point.
No, if Laws's rock, her first shot would have rolled like another inch, she could have gave the thin double a go, but even then, that's pretty flashing territory.
So Caitlin's just going to follow, play the same draw, and it looks like she's got maybe a little less broom than what Yoshimura had, too. But you're playing for your own release, not your opponent's.
Yeah, and I think maybe she's playing for a little backing as well, just in case.
Draw the button path. So 4 1/4.
Yeah, I think they need to be a little careful here with how much curl we saw, too. If this curls early, might be gone. But they feel comfortable with the draw to the button path, and Law is now forced into a draw for one against 2 red Yoshimura counters.
Yeah, she made this exact draw in the second end, too, so it should be really close.
A good positive release there. It looks like the path is wider than what Yoshimura had. This has got a long ways to curl still.
Key line's good.
Right on the tee.
Now starting to turn.
Line's perfect. Really curling, really curling. You can't hurt it. You can't hurt it.
This hit the brakes on him.
Nice.
Just good enough. She does get the single. Well done by the sweepers and by Laws. So the score will be Yoshimura 3, Laws 2 going into the break.
Good judge, guys. Good throw, Caitlin.
There's a place where the world's best curling not only lives, it rocks. Download the new Grand Slam of Curling app and live stream all the action. Get exclusive content, stats, merch, and more. Let's rock.
This is the Cornwall Curling Club. It's my home club. I started curling here when I was 7 years old. I decided to stick with curling because I really enjoyed the small team environment. I curled with the same girls from the time I was 9, basically until the end of juniors. So getting to form those friendships with my teammates was really special to me.
I started curling because of my grandparents, and both my parents curled and my brother, so it was just like a whole family thing. And when you walk into the curling club in Truro, Nova Scotia, and everyone greets you, and it's such a warm environment, and it's fun. After school, we'd go, and all of our friends would be there, so it was just like such a fun environment. And I got to curl with some of my closest friends growing up, so it really helped me keep in the game, and we all had the same goals.
I know what curling has done for our family, the opportunities it provided for both my girls. Nationally, you know, we've got to see travel the world. It's just a great sport. It's a small community. People, you know, at all levels, everybody knows each other. That's what, it's kind of a unique sport that way.
It's a sport that enables him to build his confidence and to make friends while doing something that he really enjoys.
Right now, at the age that they're at, it's just awesome to see when they come here and they see their friends at the curling club and the stuff they do off the ice too, and smiles and hanging out and just enjoying their time with friends.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable.
And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms? Light as a feather.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
and is the choice of champions.
We're back for the second half of action here at the Coyote National, St. John's, Newfoundland, Canada, here in the Mary Brown Center. Our feature matchup, Team Yoshimura, leading Team Laws 3-2.
17-1.
Tyler George here with four-time Scotties champion, Carrie Anderson. Carrie, I think if your Team Laws, I mean, you're down one without Hammer, but really didn't have much control over any of the first four ends, so have to feel like you're still in this game even though you're down a point without, and it could be a lot worse considering how some of those ends were set up.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see maybe Caitlin play just a little bit more, maybe go a little aggressive here. Well, now she's got two guards up here, so this is missed opportunity here. I'd like to see Caitlin come around it, but oh, she's going to throw up another one. Yeah, freezing there isn't too bad. They can't touch it, so creates more guards in play. And
I don't mind the third guard. I guess as that's a biter, it's still a guard too. But if you come around, if Yoshimura is playing what I think would be the correct shot, they split that.
Yeah.
And then you just have a long guard with one behind it and two red counters on opposite sides of the house. So I think you need this third guard.
Absolutely. I think this will definitely put some pressure on them too. So this looks like it's hanging out there quite a bit.
It's going to be on the paint too, so easy decision for Yoshimura.
14-8.
Caitlin, see a different throw?
Anomiya playing the intern hit. Not trying to roll in, just trying to stay open. And nothing wrong with rolling away here either.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to roll under. That's a great shot. Roll away.
Good.
Now Caitlin's got to decide what she wants to do here. Lob one back 8 and try and, I don't know. I know they're only down 1, but you almost want to really kind of force here. And
now they are going to chase this counter in the outside 12 and try to roll in.
Wait's good.
we played a couple of these shots in the first end here, so they have a good idea of how it's going to run.
Good shot from Joss. Completely buried.
Yeah, that's a great shot. Perfect roll.
So the peel set up immediately here for Team Yoshimura. Onodera. I'll try to just make sure they get this off to the corner. Not a bad result. Does get on that draw path, but opens the center up.
Celebrate. Above the logo. Have the Coyote. Like, I don't think even in between the two logos is the worst.
So replacing the guard here. And Carrie, we're getting close to the holiday season here. We'll let Selena finish up here first. All right. So we're getting close to the holiday season here, and not a ton of tournaments between now and when playdowns start for teams. And you know, with winning 4 Scotties, obviously your team was excellent at that prep time. When you get to late December, early January, and having your team peaking at the right time. So talk a little bit about what your team has done over the years to be best prepared for those Scotties and what brought you success in this kind of dead period.
Yeah, over the holidays, in December we have one event, and then we kind of just take a couple of weeks off. Yeah, we're still on the ice, like individually throwing and whatnot, but making sure we're getting some downtime and rest and enjoying some family time. And then leading into January, since we don't have our playdowns to play in, we make sure that we're on the ice almost every single day, each of us, and then we do a couple training weekends leading into that. So that's definitely worked for us in the last couple of years. So we find we benefit from that. Just before provincials, or before nationals, we get together and have a really good 3-day training.
And really, you could say anything you wanted there, and people would have to take it as fact. You say, oh, we don't throw a rock between the end of December and Scotties. It always just seems to work for us.
Yeah.
And maybe then some of the other up-and-coming teams will follow suit with that.
Oh, I definitely got to throw. His body would seize up if I didn't. I could tell over the summer when I slid out the first time, I was like, oh, man. Turned 37 and it all falls apart.
Yeah, the only events I play now are charity events, but I played one tour event with our junior national team last year because it was in Duluth. They needed a sub, so kind of player coached. And basically for 5 years, the only time I ever threw rocks was in charity events. And there's some liquid lubrication you're doing for those events where you don't feel the things that you would in a regular event. And I realized that real quick.
Yeah.
Playing the tour event too, as it was a much different prep. Threw for a few days ahead of time, shaking like a car on bad gas. And
yeah, you don't feel the pain until the next day.
I had no idea I was hurting that badly throughout. But
all kinds of aiming juice in you. And
yep. Medical juice apparently too. So this time, Yoshimura having a go at the red in the top of the 12-foot as that guard didn't quite cover the red stone.
Oh, holy
Look
smokes.
at this shot. Didn't quite get the shooter on the paint, but a great result nonetheless.
That was tight to that guard. I played a couple of those last night on Val's, and I'm blinking. And Val's like, yes! And I was like, clean! And I'm like, oh my God. I didn't have my glasses on.
But you trust Val, usually, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
she's sitting there, but I don't think she can hear you anyways.
No.
We have 2 games going again, as we said, for commentary up to for streams. And Val's about 5 feet away from Carrie in the other booth. John Cullen on her left. But still, with the headphones on, most of the time we can say whatever we want. You can't really hear a lot of it.
Nope.
Nice roll there from Nagavan underneath the center guard. Might be poking out just a little bit on the intern side again. Wow, that would be a tough port to navigate to get through there with the red stone. Carrie, you almost throw it like it's either a split with hack weight or clean through the hole.
Yeah, this is a tough shot. You might just want to peel for one for right now. And if you ever tick that red even, though, you split them in, but still leaving a tough shot because if Caitlin ever comes around and sits 2, it's pretty tough to score. Well, you'd have a draw with 4 foot.
So they are playing hack, so they can treat this as an either or. If you're going to clip any of those stones, you want it to be the red that's just off the house, but there is a hole to get through with hack. See if Kotani can navigate this port. It's curling now. Oh, what a shot. Straight through.
Wow.
Nice indeed.
Great shot.
High
Yoshimura
fives.
team is curling really well.
Yeah,
They're making a lot of shots.
These soft weight shots, the draws and hack waiters, board waiters, they make so many of them.
Yeah. I know whenever they play us, they're always making those shots.
Back 4. As soon as we're by, just try and get it as lost in there as you can.
Laws now not a lot of choice but to play the come around draw.
Yeah, and curl it in if you have to. Yeah.
Big shot for Laws, playing the out turn, trying to bury underneath. The red counter in the top of the 8-foot. Carey burying this one, the most important thing, even if it's back 4, back 8, has to be buried as far as they can get it underneath.
Absolutely. You definitely want to bury this so she doesn't have a chase.
This has got to go.
Looks like it's curling long.
We're on it. Whoa. Curl. Okay. See. 14-7.
It's a little light in that path. It hasn't been used, so you'll see Yoshimura take plenty of ice here because I think it'll finish quite hard. They can put one just biting top 4, yep. It's a perfect spot for it.
Yeah, this is a dangerous situation here for Team Laws now. Don't see much of a way in for Caitlin if this is made. Room here once again to Carey quite a ways farther out than what we've seen Laws taking. Almost to the edge of the 12-foot on this, and looks like a lot of weight right now.
I think if their broom's off here, it should catch, but there it goes. But it looks like it's a lot of weight.
Yeah, it's starting to dig, getting into that slide path.
But she's gonna try and take this back. So
yeah, smart call there to make sure it's not just back 4, back button, and still sitting 2.
We can come to it and out count it, but I think try and go there, make it good, and then if we're to it. I have 13-1 on
Yeah, same.
And I think we need to take more ice too. We were like there.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, you got it.
So Laws trying to throw this right to the button this time. Said their plan B is deep, back to the other red to force. But they are going for the steal, trying to play this right to the tee line.
yeah, if she makes this really good, it's going to be a tough score for Yoshimura.
No, I'd like to make it really good if you can.
You might see a long red, yellow raise, which looks like it could be for 3, but Caitlin will leave her that one all day.
Yeah, definitely not a gimme.
A few more feet. We have had a few in this path now, but I like that.
Laws' final stone in the 5th.
Line's good.
Needs to be basically full 8-foot to be shot.
Okay. Room. Starting to go now. But you still have room. Still room. Dawson's room. Curl. Hard curl. Straight curl. Straight curl. Hard. Gotta go. Keep going. Hard. Great sweep, guys. Good touch. Nice. Good sweep.
Should be good enough to maybe at least get a force.
Yeah, I think the best she can do here, unless she tries to pick it, but even that's just like papering it. I think you just take your 1 here and go 2 up, playing 6.
And that's the old look at the house for a little bit longer just to see if there's something we can play for 2. And yeah, the only shot really, besides that long run, which is very low percentage, would be to try to pick it, but also low percentage shot. So you're playing scoreboard, taking your point if you can, and maintaining the 2-point lead.
I think if this was for the win, then you play it, but if it's middle of the game, don't need to risk anything.
あ、いやいやいやいやいや、普通のドロー。今までのドロー。はい。
Final stone for Yoshimura. Going to draw a full 4 foot for her single point. Hasn't missed many of these today. Sweeper's just guiding this one in. Perfectly done from Yoshimura. Gets her single, maintain that 2-point lead, now 4-2, on to the 6th end.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance,
pushing limits,
seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
What looked like it could be a multiple point end for Yoshimura ends up being a single. Take one in the 5th, up 4-2 over Team Laws. Tyler George here with Carrie Anderson. Carrie, that was one of those, as you said in the break, that's, oh, I want that one back, please. Where if you're anything but deep, you're probably scoring 2 or 3, but to Law's credit, she had her out and made it.
Yeah, she made a great shot to force Yoshimura here, and I think you might see Yoshimura maybe not go as aggressive here. Maybe if she gets an opportunity to peel a corner, maybe she will, being 2 up. But maybe not. They're a pretty aggressive team, so they're playing well and playing with confidence, so they might just keep going at them.
Okay, big ad. Mostly seen. A little bit for line. Waist close.
Yeah, you're definitely in, or we're assuming, we're in scoreboard mode here, where 2-point lead, 3 ends to play. You're just trying to avoid giving up a multiple point end if at all possible. If the steal presents itself, take it, but they have played extremely aggressive without hammer and still going for steals or trying to pressure Team Laws.
Yeah, I think if you can play a low-risk shot, I think you go for that opportunity, being 2 up. If you could ever get a blank here, that's really, really good.
This one skating into the rings as well from Omiya. Laws is going right in underneath the corner guard here, Carrie. You agree with that, with lead 2nd stone, down by 2?
Yeah, I think so. And just got to make sure that you really bury here, even over bury, so they can't chase it. Trying to get play away from the middle. I know you'll probably see Yoshimura throw a center, and they'll probably try and run it back. So this got a long ways to curl, though. It's moving.
This will be that interesting situation again with 5 rock, free guard zone that can't peel yet. So if you can dig it out, that's the ideal situation. And that one, apparently there's still a pretty good piece showing. It's a pretty straightforward call.
I think their guard is quite high.
Yeah.
I know, like we were talking earlier, that I like to have my guards a little tighter because playing the come around corner is quite easy to chase on this ice. So you need a tighter corner guard.
on a good piece of it already. Will it be enough to stick around? Spills out of the back, but mission accomplished, clearing that stone. Well, let's try to put a better one up now.
Yeah, top 12, top 8.
Yeah, if she can go top 12 here, that's a great shot. And
Not quite.
Jocelyn Peterman
Thought top 8.
Top 8.
having a go at this intern come around draw.
Back 4.
Never fun as a shooter when your sweepers are calling weight and it's getting deeper and deeper by the second. Top 12, top 8,
Yeah.
T, back 4.
it's like, oh no. There's my draw the button this morning, and I threw it. I was like, don't even look at it. Get off of it. Like, you guys could just walk off the sheet.
Got that to move.
I'm not going to be offended. Just don't be anywhere near it. Don't breathe in the draw path.
Yeah. Or I set one yesterday, and I was like, said the F word to myself a few times in a row. I was like, no, 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 no. Give me that one back. Wish you could always just have one shot you can redo. Just one. It can't be a last.
You just had one? Oh.
No. If you could just have like one a game.
If we're allowed that.
Yeah,
I'd
if
take
you're allowed
more.
that,
I'll tell you that. So they have a piece around the outside with this one. They're going to try to dig it on the outturn side.
Yeah, this will be interesting if it runs off that bank or if it curls. Oh, there it goes. It's taking it. Want to make sure this rolls all the way out.
Okay, nice.
So it's not in jam territory.
Yeah, really well managed again there. That's what you'd think would be a complete guess on the line and the weight on the outside of the sheet, but really well done. For Team Laws now, you got to find a spot you can throw it where they can't dig it out.
Yeah.
I've not been able to as of yet. Higher up in the house would help.
Yeah, I think if she's like right where Caitlin's broom is, it's pretty tough.
Line's good. Just top 12.
Here, we're top 12.
Okay, curl. A little more. Nice spot.
Atta girl, nice.
Pretty good there.
14-5.
Maybe a sliver still showing.
What do you like here?
Sorry?
What do you like?
They're just playing the peel regardless.
Just tapping and unlocking them?
So now playing scoreboard a little more.
Yeah, now that they're 2 up instead of 1. But...
Yes, not yet.
Oh, she didn't even release it yet, and she's already saying yes.
Yes.
Oh. Oh.
Yay.
And just sticks in, so the worst case scenario there for Yoshimura. That rock is still almost completely buried.
Yeah, it looks like her body is dragging her a little tight. I've noticed that on a few of the runs there.
You like that?
Is it down to group bars though? Like, do you ever just hit and flop out of it? Yeah.
You want to come talk?
Okay. No.
Yeah, I don't really like going around the corner again and grouping your stones just yet.
Still have lots of time.
Wouldn't even mind like playing like a
in the
bumper.
middle, but I guess.
There's no double if we are.
Okay.
And if. I think we just try and play the straight roll on that one. Roll. Like we have options to go right into there.
Okay.
But I'm thinking we still play weight, like you might as well make the double.
Make the double, okay.
But sticking around is huge. Even if we just make the double and know that there's no double off these, and then we can make a big roll on the next one. But I don't think there's risk grouping them right now.
Okay. Sounds good.
And if we just, unless you want to just play and unlock it, but then I think they can chase this
No, I want to
one.
get rid of something.
So I'd rather them hit our shooter than the one behind the corner right now. So I like firm thick 3/4, try and make the double and roll.
I agree with losing something, if not both, here. So you don't have a ton of rocks left in this end. And if you're going to make that yellow stone on the top of the 12-foot count, you might as well do it now.
Yeah.
As long as you're playing the hit anyways. And as Caitlin said, if you make the roll now, great, but we still probably will get another chance at it as long as we stick around.
Absolutely. I think you got to make a play on these 2 shot stones and make sure you stick around, and you're pretty much guaranteed your deuce then.
So first objective here for Team Laws, losing both these red Yoshimura counters.
Hide! Whoa! Whoa! Yep! Yes! Hard! Yep! Hard!
Both reds go easy. Shooter rolls over in that area. A good shot there from Selena.
Yes, that was a great shot. Great throw. And
pro move there too, Carrie, that they took a little extra time to talk about that one too. Half of it is about exactly, where do I need to hit this to make it, but also talking about mapping the rest of the end out. Like, okay, how do we want to go about trying to get our 2 or 3? What's the best way? And I think they both felt comfortable with the game plan after that, whereas yelling end to end, there was some uncertainty.
yeah, absolutely. And getting on the same page, making sure Selena knows what shot they're playing. And oh, this just rolled a little too far.
Yeah, just a little late on the sweep and ends up over curling. Almost had that roll made.
You like that?
Well, I'd be seriously considering hitting and rolling off of that red to get underneath, as it's the best way in.
Swing. Take a 14.
They're trying to make sure a 2, though.
Yeah, I think they're just securing their deuce and then try and go for a force next end.
14, 2.
But yeah, I'd be very tempted to come around. But then even if you come around, they freeze to you, and it's likely not counting that top one. So
You're a little wide. You're wide. Mine's good.
That may be something they look at later in the end, too.
Maybe on Caitlin's
Maybe
rock.
Kate's first, yeah.
That's fine. We just got to stay in the 8-foot.
Sweepers, no interest in following this one. That's really cooking still.
Just slow down.
Oh, did that hit the brakes?
Did it ever?
That looked gone.
Yeah.
It ends up stopping, biting the 8-foot. So the old remote control on that one.
3-7.
You definitely want to see Yoshimura
Sorry,
knows
Caitlin,
this
okay?
and not roll out. If they roll out, then that gives Caitlin an opportunity to perhaps maybe come around.
Yeah, either the roll out of the house, or if it rolls far enough that it's not shot,
right?
Caitlin would also have the option to freeze then, because they're drawing anyways.
Absolutely.
That could bring 3 in. So your worst roll is like half a foot
Yeah.
to the outside. Out-turn hit and stick attempt. Sayaka Yoshimura. And this is crossing now too. Don't think this is sticking around.
Okay.
So this will be interesting now. We'll see what Laws elects to do. You have to try to play for 3 now, Carrie. You're down by 2 in the 6th.
To get around there, not
So
leave
what's
her
the best
something,
way?
right?
The only other shot is this, but then if we know,
Yeah,
we might give
that's not
There you go.
terrible to hit and roll off of that. Or I'd be very, very tempted to half tuck one here.
Boy, she's drawing open
Yeah.
side. I don't
Open
agree with
side.
this at all.
No, I think if you come around and like just half loop it, like she's in trouble.
Well, something that gives you a chance for 3, yeah, because you're down 2.
Yeah.
You're going to have to either get a steal or score a 2 to win this game if you get to this end.
Absolutely. So I think if you really want to put some pressure on them, I think coming around even just top 8, even T-line. But Yoshimura has had her draw weight. She has made a lot of those precise draws. So.
Boy, Oh, yeah, if I'm coaching, I'm laying in front of the hack right now.
Connor's probably watching.
Yeah.
He's not here. He's probably watching it.
Connor, we're with you, I'm sure, on this one. Tweet at Carrie Anderson, whatever her handle is.
Where are you? Get it to as far as it goes. As far as it goes. Go, 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 go.
Yeah, I'd really like to hear the thought process too about this. Like if you're mapping out the rest of this game, again, you're trying to put yourself in a position where all you'd have to do is get a force, and you have Hammer coming home tied up, or your opponent gets a 2 and down 1 with. I mean, great result either way, but you have 2 shots you could have played that are relatively straightforward. I mean, it's not an easy wrap under there. It's not an easy hit and roll, but your chance of scoring 2 is still pretty high, even if you play something you don't make a perfect shot.
Absolutely.
Trying to get your 3.
Yeah, I think, and they played that path so many times too, so they know the line.
And they saw Yoshimura's hit in the outside too, so they've seen that path for the hit and roll.
Yeah, I think maybe they're just focused on getting a deuce, tying it up, and really going for that force in 7, and hopefully score a deuce in 8.
Yoshimura playing the hit and maybe roll all the way across to try to get shot rock under cover. This is really close.
Very close.
How far can they roll it? Not far enough.
Such a tough roll with that weight. I think you had to throw like a normal and try and play that roll. But she was very close. Threw it really well.
So open hit and stick here for Laws to get their 2 and try to tie this game up. Laws playing the intern, starting just inside the center line.
Easy then. Roll 310. Easy.
Looked like a little positive there, Carrie. You saw where the broom was, and that's starting out on the opposite side of center.
Yeah.
Clean, 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 clean.
Sure came up there, though.
Yep, no problem still. 2 it is for Laws. All tied up now, 4-4 on to the 7th end.
We haven't gone to that good, I don't think.
There's a place where the world's best curling not only lives, it rocks. Download the new Grand Slam of Curling app and live stream all the action. Get exclusive content, stats, merch, and more. Let's rock.
Two it is for Laws in the 6th. The open hit and stick, now 4-4, tied up with Yoshimura. On to the 7th end, Yoshimura with Hammer.
I think Laws is going to try pretty hard here to force. So she's going to want some rocks in play.
Yeah, one of those fun ends where the 2 teams are diametrically opposed in what they're trying to accomplish. For Team Laws, either team scores 1, they're happy. For Team Yoshimura, neither team scores 1, and they're happy outside of a multiple point steal.
Holy shit. I got it like literally like skin, like, you know? Yeah.
And these ends are fascinating to watch, too, for the team with Hammer especially, Carrie, that you're playing a 0 or 2 end, but you're trying to keep the blank in play, but to what point? When does it look like it's time to go after the 2? Or when is it time to bail and go for the blank. You have to make that decision usually at some point based on the rock position.
Yeah, based on the rock position and yeah, where things are at, I usually make that decision on the second rock. If I need to bail or if I need to just switch gears and go for that deuce.
Good up. It's close. Good up to finish it. Okay, we're over.
Laws going with 2 center guards, no surprise there. And well lined up. Good separation.
Great setup.
I was with you. I didn't want to get it into...
Kristen Gordon does her job, trying to set this possible steal up.
Nice, Kristen. Good throws.
Definitely don't want to be deep here. Looking a little hot.
Yeah, this one going behind the tee line. Will be behind the center as well, so that's just what you'd like to see if your team laws. Now a chance to play the freeze and try to either get that steal or force.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
See if Jocelyn Peterman can come up with a big shot early in this 7th end. One of those, Carrie, that if you make it, kind of changes the complexion of the end going forward.
Absolutely. If she welds this on, going to see Yoshimura in some trouble here.
One took a little turn they weren't expecting.
Yeah, looks like a grab maybe.
Good shot from Peterman. Whole lot of yelling for perfect.
Yeah.
Curl straight, we're good.
Just clean.
No peel here from Yoshimura. They're following in, trying to unlock this yellow stone, out-turned bump.
Yeah, I definitely think I would be playing the same shot, 'cause peeling, they'd just lob another one in there, and then you're going to be chasing.
Yep. This one takes a hard turn.
Wow,
great shot.
Great shot.
And keeps the red in the back 12, too, so can't do that one any better.
Yeah, perfect.
Yep. Same turn, okay? Fight the 4.
Fight the 4.
Yeah.
Peterman trying to follow down again.
I'm good. I'm great.
In turn freeze.
I'm great. Just fight the 4.
Yeah, she should be really close on this. She just played it on her first.
Hard.
Trying to stay on the high side of the red and get there for weight.
Good.
Over curls a touch, but not a bad spot at all. Now a chance to play the peel for Yoshimura.
Yeah, I think you play this now, and maybe you'll get an opportunity to run something back on you next.
Yeah, just playing the straight peel on the top one for now.
Okay. Okay, nice.
No problem there. Laws immediately goes to replace. They're happy with where these rocks are positioned right now, sitting 1 and very good chance of getting either a force or a steal at this point in the end.
I thought there.
seen these finish so hard, Carries.
Yeah.
That's Caitlin now telling the sweepers it's all right. It looks like it's on a really wide path, but it's going to curl.
Yeah, it just kind of went sideways, and Caitlin just mentioned that it looked like it picked, so.
You have a timeout now here from Team Yoshimura.
It like went
Unfortunately for them,
fun.
Coach
Yeah.
Edine is preparing
I know you can
for
make it curl and die, but that was
the rest of his games.
It'll be interesting what Nick wants to say here. Is he here? Oh,
Nope.
no. Oh, he placed it.
It went sideways.
He played earlier today, so not much excuse. Gotta be
Where's
honest.
the coach?
I think that would have been deeper than halfway.
I mean, we could make something
So I
up
picked,
about
or
where he
you
is.
kicked it.
In the gutter on George Street somewhere.
Yeah, having a few.
Having a time, as
Yeah.
they say out here, right?
I don't know, Tyler, do you ever play the chase on the back one?
Oh, that's tough.
It's tough, but
It's-
it
you can
curls
get there.
so hard. And like you probably have like a piece of it on your intern side, so I might be tempted to do that. And even if you take the top one and roll on, like
I think that's probably still going to be there. I'd be surprised if they didn't play the double peel still.
Yeah.
Try to get these moving. You might get the bonus onto number one. You're never hurting yourself playing those, as long as you're not narrow.
yeah, absolutely. Maybe it's just a little too soon.
Yeah, I think it's there, and I think once you get even to third, second stone, that's when you take a look at it. But probably a little early now.
Yeah.
So they are lining up the double peel. Could be a bonus again with the run in if they hit this just right, but would love to get both these guards off. Trying to hold the line, stay high. Loses one. Rolls the second guard at least off the center. Laws is going to go right back in and replace that. A similar situation going to the next, but yeah, if this is well made, Carrie, I think that might be where you look at digging that stone out.
Yeah, because now they don't have that out-turn freeze, so I'd be tempted to play the dig now, so then so Caitlin has to try and put it back.
Okay, that's fine. Easy. Oh, take a look. Just gotta curl a little bit. Oh. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, just straight curl. Curl,
Keep
curl,
going,
curl,
Kristen,
curl,
keep
curl, curl, curl,
going.
curl.
A good spot there, and they covered the dig too with that guard. I think it's worth the risk playing the run in. Tough to not lose number one if you make contact with the yellow in the top of the eights.
I think if you ever knows that guard, it could get all three yellows. It's really close.
Yeah, you hit the right spot. They all do go.
Yeah.
They're just playing this with Hack coming around.
They played this chase a couple times, so they know it here. So I think if they can get to half of that stone and roll behind that corner, that's pretty good.
So Hack it is for Team Yoshimura, playing to get as much of the yellow as they can in the top of the 8-foot. Rolling towards the corner. Okay. Got to take a second to figure out if I like that or not.
I'm like,
Probably better than it was.
It's hard hole.
probably, yeah, I'd say so. They don't have any like off of it.
So then we got to keep it high then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like in between the Celebrate and Coyote?
Yeah.
Okay.
But now you're gonna have a
We'll
tough
make sure
time
you
to
take
score here.
enough ice so you know we can finish it here.
Yeah.
Like that.
Got it.
So
You like
just
that?
playing the guard.
Right?
Like this. In between the two logos. Like halfway high. Yeah, like right in that hole so they can't come off of theirs. And in between the Celebrate and the Coyote. Rather it be on the higher side.
Anything that Yoshimura is looking at for a run-in carry is probably on the outturn side of the sheet, the right side, playing into the angle on the red. I don't think that Laws is going to be able to take everything away with her last two for that.
Keep it
Yeah,
out there.
definitely. You never want to be running in your opponent's stones, but I think that's Yoshimura's only option
It
right
just
now.
needs to stop. That's fine. Just needs to stop. Okay. Needs to stop for line. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Good judge, guys. Good sweep.
As much as that curls, you could probably still get there
Oh.
with the outturn.
I know.
It just walks down so hard.
That just takes a hard left turn. I know. I think I would probably double peel right now.
Yeah, it's really difficult to guard everything if you make the double peel. I agree.
でもし前置いてくるようだったらこれチャレンジしてみて、まあ、最悪1点しかあげないから
Do you
悪
ever
くない
run
か
your
な
red back and just risk it?
でもチャンスはあるか
It's there.
It's there. You're running a red, even if you come off, hit it a hair high and come off of your red, that's really good. But yeah, I think the double peel is probably the call.
Yeah, it's really difficult to not leave a shot for Yoshimura. And you talked about, Carrie, how difficult it is to place guards on this ice, too. So get rid of both of these and dare Laws to try to guard as much as she possibly can with one stone.
Yeah, she won't be able to take away both shots because there will be that in-off possibly. So we'll see where these ones go.
And that little spin that red rock took, too, could come into play, as I think that red's third.
Yeah, it's close. They're close.
See, that's a true commentator comment. Well, we're not positive. Let's not say for certain.
My eyes have been quite off. So.
Well, you're doing it like a pro now, though, too. Like, let's not say for certain.
Yeah.
Double peel is the shot here for Yoshimura. And well done. Where is the best place for the guard?
I'd rather
Right where Caitlin put her broom.
comes off of that, that's for two.
But they have to.
I think we gotta guard this side more, probably.
Yeah. I think you gotta guard that enough.
That line, if I keep it running, is probably close.
Yeah. You got it. Yeah.
Right there?
Yeah.
So guarding the high side of the red on the top of the button is their first priority.
Keep it running, and I think you can finish it, like the line. But this, yeah, run it tighter this time. I'll give you a little bit more.
Yeah, Caitlin just threw this, so it should be really close.
Laws guarding for their lives here.
Get it through.
A little bit for line.
Keep it tight.
On the tight center.
Okay, line's good. Line's good. Get it tight.
should be good enough.
Yeah, I think she might take it away both.
Yeah, they're looking at that
They might-
center port.
Yeah, they might be able to wiggle it through it.
ありそうでもある。あんまり事故はない。前に当たる分には。
I think the
これ
intern
チャンスある
chases
かな？
over there with how much that curls.
Yeah, I do, actually. I think that'll walk down.
6。
Maybe for 2, the way it goes
Yeah.
sideways, and you have a stopper.
Yeah, I think if you could throw like a back line.
I-
Oh, she's trying to come off of this. That's not there.
That I don't think is.
No.
インどうだ力インって力なくなっちゃうかな。インだと力なくなっちゃうかな。アウトの方がいいか。
Yeah, that rock is too low to make this.
Sure
double.
seems like it.
アウト。
Interesting.
あー厳しいかも。こっちから行く？
She's got to throw this extremely hard and basically hit 7/8 with a bomb.
We're gonna find out what she can throw, that's for sure. It's got to get kind of close to the guard, too.
Yeah.
Because it's going backwards, probably.
Yeah, I think I'd be trying to attempt the intern chaser since it curls so hard there.
So Yoshimura throwing a bullet. That is a bullet. Can she get both yellows moving? Oh, moved it far enough to get one. Boy, that was close.
Wow, she just had to paper that guard.
That was a great shot to get the points, nearly a pile. But it will be a single for Yoshimura in the 7th, now leading 5-4 on to the 8th end.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable. And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms? Light as a feather.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a gold line.
And is the choice of champions.
Most exciting end in curling, 8th end. Team down 1 with the hammer. That would be Team Laws, trailing 5-4 to Team Yoshimura here. The Coyote National, St. John's, Newfoundland, Canada. Tyler George here with 4-time Scotties champion, Carrie Anderson. Carrie, we found out that Yoshimura, we knew she could draw, but apparently she can throw the high hard one as well. That thing was moving coming down the sheet.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was quite there, but she hummed it down there and hit it quite fat, and it rolled into it. So, yeah, great shots and to get her one. Be up one without.
センター付近もうなんか落ちそうな感じあるね。
Perfect center guard to start the end off from Omiya. Kristen Gordon throwing the corner guard.
They can go a little bit.
Not used to hearing that yet. Kristen
Getting used to saying it, too.
That's good spot. That's good.
Nice.
She's probably still getting used to hearing it, too.
Yeah.
Curling, like.
Of course, Kristen married to World Curling Athlete Support Officer Rob Gordon.
I believe it's his birthday today.
Is it? And he didn't tell us? Oh, I gotta
so.
text him
I
now.
saw Kristen post happy birthday, so happy
Well,
birthday,
I'm
Rob.
putting that in our Athlete Commission group text thing, too. Rob, as the Athlete Support Officer, works very closely with myself and the World Curling Athlete Commission. We have our in-person meetings coming up here in St. John's Sunday, Monday. Rob will be here. So we can celebrate his birthday late, too. I think that might involve some screeching in.
Ooh. Have you gotten screeched in?
It's been a while, but
Yeah.
2015 Slam in Paradise, yes.
Yeah, me too. That's when we got it done as well.
I'm good. I'm clear.
Yeah, me too. I'm around fish enough. Being a commercial fisherman.
So that rock just biting top 8 from Omiya. Jordan now playing the in-turn, come around draw. May even be able to get shot rock too. Mostly concerned about burying. Needs to carry to bury, but mostly open looks like, so Yoshimura will have a go.
Yeah, you can definitely chase this rock. They've quite a few chasers here in the 6th end, so should be close.
In turn, board weight attempt here. Love to roll middle if they can too. Very aggressive line call. Gets tight to that guard and spin to the forefoot. So really good shot.
Just think it out loud, or you can play that.
Kobayashi coming through for her squad there in the tense moments of this final end.
Okay, you got it. Yeah.
Jocelyn Peterman playing the hit on the top red stone, biting the 8-foot, trying to clear that draw path and probably either nose or roll in front of the other red counter. Curling hard.
Nice. Good.
That really good spot there.
Nice joke. Good call.
Very useful carry.
Yes.
Stealing golf terms now.
We can, Yoshimura, if she can roll just like a foot over. And might see Laws come around the center. Seems like a lot of play is always to the middle these days.
Well, if you get closer to the center of those big circles than your opponent, then you score. So that may be why they're doing that.
Yeah.
Got to write that one down, folks.
I know, as much as you try to utilize those corners, they're tough.
Hey, you got it.
The Laws is going to do that now, though, with that rollout from Kobayashi.
I like that.
Another one of those very important shots at second stones. Trying to set up a multiple point end.
Room. Line's good. Straight. It doesn't have to curl.
Much better line this time. That's going to be completely buried over on the wing. But even there, Carrie, you've noticed when they play that in-turn come-around draw, we were talking about how we thought that side of the sheet was banked. And you were taking broom a foot farther out and getting to the same line. You can see that stone hesitate to finish on that path. So I'm pretty sure there is a bank there that it's having to climb because it's cutting hard and then kind of straightening and then going again.
Yeah, it looks quite snaky. And you have to really help it to curl on that side.
Right.
It's pretty tough to over curl it. Like, they got it to go, but you got to get it over that hump first.
And this one cruising right now. Looks like it's going to go by the yellow. Will it stay shot? Does, which is very important.
Well, now we got play away from the middle.
Certainly do. And that's generally a good thing for the team with hammer.
Yes.
It's not clogging up the center of the sheet. So you can try to find your second point going around the corner here. But if all goes poorly, you can still play to the center to get your two as well.
Yeah.
The opposite, not true. If things go poorly in the center, you kind of hoop. This looks really good here from Negavan. Look at that,
great
still
shot.
trying to climb that hill
Yeah.
to get across, too. That's perfectly done. Great touch, great read.
ちょっと押してもいいよ。ここパッと1枚隙間ある。違う。OK。Great judge. Good judge. Good sweep. Good judge.
Tani trying to follow that same path and freeze. Close to T-line, just above. A little wider path.
Yeah, this one looks like it's the same weight as what she just threw, so.
Well, that's going to bounce. So door wide open now for Laws to try to set up a 2, and you can either roll under the corner again, Carrie, or roll towards the center to try to set up the double. What do you like here?
Yeah, this is a tough call. Like if you roll over and sit 2 and 3, they might just loop one around the middle.
Yeah.
And then you're placed to the middle and you're going to have to make a run of some sort. So I don't know. It's a tough call. You could play it with weight and play the out turn and roll flat. But we'll see what they decide here.
I think they freeze or they hit.
Try and go open.
I don't hate over-rolling. Just don't want to jam it. Probably can't. Unless it's like thin.
Yeah, if we're hitting ours, then we're rolling out.
Okay. Okay.
I think.
Like I think a big roll is probably the perfect shot.
I agree.
Okay. What kind of weight are you seeing?
Do you like firm with the out?
I think so.
Do you have room with that?
Do I have room with the out?
I think so. I think you can see to here.
Sorry?
I think you can see to here.
Yeah.
See what looks good, but
I think the out's fine.
okay.
Yeah.
Firm.
Roll big.
Yeah. And roll big, right beside it.
That really like the call here.
Roll to the other
You have your second counter now. That Yellowstone's in a good position. Get as close as you can to the number 1 or have your shooter be number 1 rolling over. Just try to set up a double to make on your last 2 shots to get your 2.
Absolutely. I love this call. You don't need to group your stones over and like if this was the middle ends, then yes, of course, play the hit and roll in. But yeah, I love this call and Selena should be really close on this.
Agavon trying to roll this all the way across. You heard big roll the call. A little thicker than they would have liked, and that's not a good spot as now the double lines up for Team Yoshimura. 2 just got a lot more difficult.
I think on that one, you really wanted to like tight ice it and really be able to hold it. Even if you happen to roll underneath it or like over there, it's a better option than.
Timeout number 2 here for Yoshimura. 2:36 remaining on their clock and 1:55 for Laws, but Laws with both timeouts left.
Do you ever go for the double or do you just nose it? Like if you nose, Caitlin's going to have to make a nice hit and roll back. Because if you play the double and they come around, then you're likely having to play the run on your last.
I think I'm still playing the double and making Caitlin make the roll.
Or do you roll into the center line? Like
If
that.
you roll underneath, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I guess the thought being with the double, it's not nearly as precise. I mean, you're just kind of throwing it hard and hitting a pretty big spot to lose both and then making your opponent play the precise shot.
Yeah.
It's not a gimme by any means, but I think they're just playing soft and rolling in. And really, Carrie, in this spot, it's not right or wrong. It's which one do you feel like you're going to make and puts you in the best position. If she feels like she's going to make the roll, then play the roll. And if you roll big all the way across, I mean, that's your disaster shot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you definitely want to air nosing or rolling like a rock. or 2 rocks.
We've seen Yoshimura make these finesse weight shots all game, trying to roll center. Sweepers trying to hold over curling. And that's basically a nose double for Laws. Throw it hard enough to get that to spill. Just need the red to go out of the 8-foot. They're going to call timeout.
Yeah, that was not a good way to miss that shot. You definitely want to nose or hit it anywhere high, if anything.
We threw these runs in the spot, and they stayed
Came up a
fairly straight,
hair at the end, but
hair.
not, like I think we can hold them.
Yeah. Do you like there?
Yeah, you got it.
And if this is made with the double probably rolling a hair high, Carrie, are you kind of just locked into playing the come around draw for everything, as the roll is probably going to be so deep they can dig it out anyways?
Yeah, absolutely. I would be tempted to just go top 4, biting the button, and leaving Caitlin a tough shot. Hit and rolls aren't easy on this ice. It's a tough curling shot.
Caitlin Laws playing the double. 2 Yoshimura counters. Real close to nose, but this is tight out of hand. Sweeper's really going. This over curls, rolls out. Big mistake there from Laws, and Carrie, you heard right out of hand. They were screaming sweep. That was just operator error.
Yeah, just a little narrow, and didn't quite get it back to the broom. I'm so surprised that they're changing turns. They know the out turn here. They've thrown it so many times.
Yeah, maybe thinking if it comes up short for whatever reason that maybe you're guarding your own kind of, but that shouldn't be your thought process at this point. This is a make shot.
Yeah. I know they threw their guard here in a couple of come arounds, so should be really close.
So maybe ideal spot, half buried top 4, so might kind of take away a piece of the other red counter too.
Yeah,
or just
kind of
throwing it right
Christmas
to
tree it a bit.
Yeah.
Make her think of like 2 shots, either draw or chase it, or
Yoshimura looking to get a second counter in. Already sitting 1 on the side of the 4-foot. Needs to get half of the 8-foot to sit 2.
looks a little heavy.
A lot of room right now too. Where will they leave this to try to not leave Laws a double? That's not the spot.
Nope.
So Caitlin will get another try at this.
What turn do you like? Timeout.
What have you seen? You could throw both.
Yeah. Just don't want to like wiggle.
My first thought was the end, but
We just threw that.
yeah.
We need like there.
Yeah, I got it. Let's make it. What kind of weight are you throwing?
There you go, Keo.
Heel? Okay, I like it.
So the discussion here just about whatever Caitlin's seeing, whatever she likes, but Carrie, really it's just throw the in-turn, throw it hard, hit it on the inside of the stone. You should be good.
Absolutely. She just threw this, so.
The pocket is set up here for Laws. The 2 is available for the win. Just needs to hit the inside of the number 2 red counter. The double will be there. Final stone, 8th end. Caitlin Laws throwing for the win to get her second victory of this slam. Sweepers on this to get by. Tight to the guard. Oh, and it squirts between the 2. And it'll just be a single. Laws tight again on her final shots. So we will go to an extra end. Now Yoshimura and Laws tied 5-5.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance,
Pushing limits.
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
it's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
Two opportunities for Caitlin Laws on her last 2 shots to make a double. One to probably set up the win, the other for the win. Cannot execute, tight on both. So we will go to an extra end. Tyler George here with Carrie Anderson. Carrie, so difficult now for Team Laws to collect themselves, Caitlin in particular, after 2 shots she's going to expect to make just about every time. And really, if she makes either one, probably wins the game. Obviously, we know the last one. If she makes it, she wins, but just seemed to hook both.
Yeah, Caitlin's definitely going to want both those throws back, but I think now she's just got to park that, and they just got to make 8 really good ones here to try and set up a steal.
This one stopping short here from Yoshimura as well. So I think you'll see Laws throw another guard above these 2. On the flip side for Yoshimura as well, had a chance to put that game away with her last shot if she positions that draw well, and ended up throwing it in almost the worst spot she could, and that was probably back 8 without clicking that stone in the forefoot. So she's got to lock in for a draw too if she needs to make one to win.
Yeah, I thought when she kicked, her kick looked good, but she really extended on that, and it looked quite heavy. She got a little fortunate that she got a rub, or else she maybe even would have went through. Like,
So playing the tick on this higher center guard, as this is not on the center line. They initially signaled for the come around draw and changed their minds. Getting close to getting off. Laws now getting over there to sweep. It goes out anyways. So the shooter will go out of play. The guard will go back. This feels like the 3rd end in a row that Jocelyn Peterman has had a shot that could dramatically affect the end on her first. Now playing this come around draw where Carrie, sometimes we've seen it enough times in curling, the second's first stone in the extra end or the final end tied up without could be the winning shot.
Absolutely. It's definitely a very crucial shot. If she can make this one really good, then they'll be just pretty much guarding this for the rest of the end.
Curl. Still. Curl. 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 Good.
Good weight. Under curls just a touch, but immediately Yoshimura goes up for the double peel.
I think there might be a triple peel here. She hits this right.
Love to get all three moving if possible. Big shot for Kobayashi. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
They all go. Great shot. So that will make things considerably more comfortable going forward for Yoshimura, as Laws will be guarding one counter with no other help. Carry that rock deep enough to just backside a button that any guard, if we get down to the final couple stones and Yoshimura is thinking about playing the dig, trying to get it out, you have to get really tight with the guard to not allow that.
Yeah, it's a little too deep. If it was like top 4 buddy button, then yeah, it's a little bit harder to chase. But yeah, now that it's buddy T, it's a little easier.
Hard! Keep going, keep going, keep going.
It leaves a piece. Is it too early to chase that? Are you afraid of that guard at all with how high it is?
I don't think so. Like, I think I would peel. Keep peeling. It's regardless, you'll have a shot to win. So they could put an even better one in a better spot, because that's a pretty good guard. So if they chase here, then they go top button, then you're peeling anyway. So.
So playing hack to get this rock off the button now. Kobayashi love to hit as much of this as they can, maybe roll to the side of the forefoot. That's a good shot. Left it in a very good spot.
Like a 14-14-2 here.
And now if you play this end out, carried, they're going around Yoshimura, if this is made well, very likely peeling. So you should have something relatively open for your last shot.
Yes, absolutely. If Caitlin could put, or Selena can put this one top 4, it's a great spot.
This one's still carrying. They will finish hard. We've seen them lose speed in the slide path here, too. That one does.
13-8. 3-8.
So they are playing the peel.
Yeah, that's probably the call here.
Good enough, rolls out wide. No issue with the draw path or anything there.
On the make, Lily! Tighter!
Another guard here from Agavan.
But
mine's good.
Still got maybe a little light.
Okay.
You can go if you need Me too.
Get on the wing. Might have to finish, but right center at most.
Curl. 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 Hard.
And that one hits the brakes too. Looks like some speed is definitely coming off right now.
Yeah, it's an extra end, and ice might just be getting a little stiffer.
Playing the dig again. I like the call here, Carrie. I think with where that rock is, if you can make this, especially getting close to nose, you'd be in really good shape. But this has got a ways to curl.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're not curling it a bit.
And that space where you can throw the draw to is getting very small now. Laws calls timeout. Chat about this one. Probably need to make a pocket.
So I don't think coming
No.
around right now is going to help us too much.
No.
I'd love to just get that there.
Yep. It's kind of like a setup shot on this one. You like that, Jess?
We just got to try and get this one to go back button right here. Either a little high or a hair low and get it to come off that, but
Just back for it.
Just
Like,
right here?
yeah, like just middle.
yeah, right in the middle. And the nose is close.
Nose is okay. Like, nose, hair low.
Yeah.
Just nose, hair low with like a back four.
Yeah. So the wider path here was tracking just a little bit, so I think that'd be really close.
I like it. Good, Caitlin.
So they are trying to
Try and get theirs behind
bump
the tee.
these around a little, get #1 count behind the tee line, and ideally make a pocket and get this fairly close to center line.
Like 4 1/4
Set
to the
something
tee
up for their last.
So like 13
Yeah, I think if you could create a nice pocket here, it's going to be tough for Yoshimura to get that out.
Intern tap for Caitlin Laws. Gonna move #1 behind the tee.
Yep. Hard. Yep. Whoa. Clean. Curl. Curl. Really gotta curl. Really gotta curl. Really gotta curl. Get this back here. That's good. That's good.
That's pretty good. Doesn't sit in front of both directly in the pocket, but that redstone being on the back of the button is very dangerous for Yoshimura.
Yeah, I think you almost have to like freeze to yours. I think if you go there though, that's not bad but then she can slash it or like just tick it in, then you're never removing it. So I think you have to be almost frozen. T-line, yeah, right there. Now, just how do you get there?
That's the question with how hard it hooks at the end.
あんまり下げちゃうと次相手また下げでワンショットにはなるから
Even over curling isn't
多
terrible.
少なら
Because if you tick the yellow sideways, then I think you're probably still moving both reds. But yeah, I don't think you have a lot of choice. The other option just be hit your own.
Yeah, that's
If
not
you
terrible.
can't, if you can't get there, you stack it up a rock higher. Now they have to move your stone,
Yeah, they'd have to bump it back.
and they'd
a
always
couple
have the
inches.
yellow to come off of too.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't hate that.
Seems
call
a
either.
little weird, but
Yeah, right.
that-
Don't really want to hit your own rocks, but sometimes you have to.
yeah, they are playing the draw there, so
ないか悪くないね
they can get to the line they need to. They feel just with the clean draw.
通る分あれかそんなに重くないかめっちゃ重いってわけじゃないか今相手は8のウェイトで結構キープしたんだよね14前半とかかなアンナちゃん15.3だから
In-turn draw for Sayaka Yoshimura. Trying to get to the button. That would be locked right on her own stone. They are shot already.
The line looks pretty close.
Yeah, this will finish a lot. Needs to get across the face a little bit. Don't think that's bad.
I don't think so either. I think that's actually really good.
I was gonna say, does that?
Laws may need to fire it at the outside of that yellow and have it score
might
in, or
squeeze it in.
big outturn wrap all the way, which I think is probably easier.
Yeah, I think if she can just smoke this on the half and it cuts it out over.
What's your gut telling you?
Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
They're second, right? I think we're third. It's close. What are you thinking, Josh? Hard on the two. Because if we go here, it's just like a quick, like we have to overbury, but it's very hard. We have to get to here. What are you seeing, Caitlin? I'm just trying to best case scenario is on that. Yeah. We don't have anything there. Yeah.
But it's a guess on like how much it's gonna spill. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
I think you're throwing firm with you're trying to hit like 3/4.
Yeah. 2 minutes.
That was a gut, hey?
That looked easier. Like I don't think we can make it good enough to not leave them an easy one. But this is hard to call, hard like to know what.
How much?
Yeah.
I think you have to go firm.
I think you have to throw peel at this with how dead they like are, and the houses aren't very lively either. So I think you have to smoke it with peel and kick it over.
Yeah, I think their concern with the freeze is that it has to overbury all the way around, or
Like
it's
a
just
thin
an
3/4
easy
is
smash
close,
in with the red
just have to get it to here.
to lose it.
Yeah. Yeah, the draw is kind of, it's tough to overbury that much. So I think this is the call.
Seen a thin 3/4 or even 2/3? Or that not enough? 2/3? Yeah, you got it.
It's just such a guess with where this rock is going to end up, because you don't know how much action you're going to get.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a guess.
Selena trying to make a little trough there for the rock to stop right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, ideally you'd like it to roll to 3/4 on the high side of shot rock. Then it's kind of locked in there.
Yeah, and then I don't see how Yoshimura could get it out by blasting. So let's see what happens here.
Laws' final stone. Seeing if she can get this yellow rock to squirt sideways to get shot. Oh, doesn't go far enough. As you said, Carrie, just dead off of that stone. So that will be a final. Team Yoshimura gets the single in the extra end to win 6-5, get their first win. Team Laws drops to 1-2. So both teams still alive for playoff contention after 3 draws, but that will wrap things up for our feature matchup here. We'll be back 8 o'clock tonight for the next feature matchup. For Tyler George, Carrie Anderson signing off. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later tonight.